everyone. It's Katie from Without a Crystal Ball. How are you guys? All right, so we've had some time I've come out of my shell shockness. Welcome back to my channel. I had to actually step away from my computer because it was hard to process the news from earlier today of the tragic passing of Kobe Bryant, along with his daughter, 13-year-old Gigi Bryant, who was following in her father's footsteps and learning and becoming a basketball sensation. Kobe had been coaching her and teaching her and helping her craft her skills. The Los Angeles Sheriff's Office department actually held a press conference along with the first responders and the fire department. They would not confirm the identities of anybody in the helicopter. They actually had a dig at TMZ for reporting and confirming the passing of Kobe Bryant before next of kin could actually be notified. And they said that they refused to confirm anybody that was there until they have news from the coroner, until all of next of kin have been notified of the passings. So at this time, we only know that there was 9 people on the helicopter. There was a pilot and 8 passengers with Kobe and his daughter. There's news that there was another player, one of Gigi's teammates, and one of their parents on the helicopter with them. Shortly after that, one of my subscribers actually sent me some audio from one of their family members who happens to be a pilot, who actually has the audio from inside of the helicopter in the moments leading up to what happened. And actually it's as though nothing's going on. They're waiting. They're trying to get them landed in Van Nuys. They're kind of circling and hovering around, and I don't know if you guys want to hear it. I can play it if you are interested in hearing this. Hold on a second. It's kind of spotty, but I'll play it for you.
72 Echo X-ray, Burbank Tower, Burbank up number 301, enter Burbank Class Charlie, Secretary of that far stay intentions. Number 2 Echo X-ray, hold outside Burbank Class Charlie airspace. I have an aircraft going around. 2 Echo X-ray, hold it. Sure, Roger, and Van Nuys is also IFR. 2 Echoes. It's going to be a little bit. I got a citation on a 9-mile final, and then the go around that I just had is going to be turning base to final in about 3 minutes.
Okay, we'll continue holding 2 Echo X-ray.
November 2 Echo X-ray, and for your planning purposes, you can expect to transition to the north side of the airport. I just spoke with Van Nuys on the line, and they've got multiple IFR departures coming off of runway 16, so you can expect to follow the 5 north and cross that way.
2 Echo X-ray, no problem.
317 Papa Burbank Tower. You can expect a few minutes. I got a special VFR helicopter I need to get transitioning. He's been holding for about 15 minutes. Northwest, follow the 5 freeway, maintain special VFR conditions at below 2,500.
Maintain special VFR at or below 2,500 I-5 northbound 2 Echo X-ray.
Number 2 Echo X-ray, Roger, and you're cleared to Burbank Class Charlie surface area from the southeast to the northwest.
Copy that to maintain special VFR, copy 2 Echo X-ray.
X-ray, for your transition to Camarillo, did you just want to follow the 118?
118, and then we'll look for up Van Nuys to catch the 101 2 Echo X-ray.
Number 2 Echo X-ray, Roger. Number 2 Echo X-ray, continue following the 5 northwestbound to join the 118, and then Van Nuys will work you through. Radar services terminated. Remain that squawk. Contact Van Nuys helicopters 119.0.
2 Echo X-ray, switch you to Van Nuys. Van Nuys helicopter 2 Echo X-ray with you for the special VFR transition. We are currently at 1400.
Helicopter 72 Echo X-ray Van Nuys Tower, Wind calm, visibility 2 1/2, feeling 1,100 overcast, Van Nuys altimeter 3016. Cleared into Van Nuys class Delta, northeast of Van Nuys along the 118 freeway. Westbound, advise when you're in VFR conditions or when you're clear of the Van Nuys class Delta. Transition at or below 2,500 permitting.
2 Echo X-ray, advise in VFR condition, and we'll stay on the 118, so currently at 1400, and we have 0235.
Helicopter 2 Echo X-ray, thank you. And once you clear Van Nuys Delta, did you want to talk to SoCal?
Yes, 2 Echoes.
Green line 117, contact SoCal departure. Helicopter 2 X-ray, understand, just remain this frequency, and again, 118 west.
2 Echoes, 118 west. Tower for 2 Echo X-ray, can we go ahead and start turning to the southwest towards the 1-1?
Helicopter 2 Echo X-ray, approved, and are you transitioning in VFR condition?
VFR condition, 1,500, 2 Echoes.
Helicopter 2 Echo X-ray, thank you. Contact SoCal now 134.2 for flight forward 34-2.
34-2.
X-ray ident. So X-ray, yeah, you're on a 1200 code. Are you requesting flight following? So 2080 SoCal approach flight, present heading, maintain 6000.
Present heading 6000, Southwest 2080.
2 Echo X-ray, what are you saying, intention? What do you do? 2 Echo X-ray, you're still too low level for flight following at this time. So the 4051, you're 5 miles from satellite trail left heading 100, maintain 4000, so sexual card to cut out 08.
That's 100, maintain 4000, establish 30 hours, usually runway Southwest 46.
2 Echo X-ray, SoCal.
All right, so as you can tell, at some point, the pilot they were like waiting to get clearance to land, and they were just sort of flying around, and at some point they ask him if they want to contact people, and he's like, nah, it'll be fine, everything's good, and they weren't having any issues. And then as you can tell, right around the 4-minute mark of that audio, the people that were managing and trying to get them landed noticed that he had hit a queue for, they said code 1200. I'm assuming that's something that they're having trouble with. And then they said, you're flying too low. You're too low for where you're at. And he never responded again. So it's unknown. I know I was told it's from a helicopter. They're talking about the exact same area of where this was landing. And it came from a pilot in that area who has access to the radio waves. So that's what happened inside the audio. So after that, the fire department responded to a call of a brush fire. And after the brush fire was, they said that they had to actually trek up, and they had to have paramedics flown over and dropped down because the terrain was so rugged. It took them some time to actually put out the fire because there was magnesium that was burning, which is harmful for their lungs, and it reacts with water. And when they got there, they noticed that there was debris of the helicopter, and they were unable to find any survivors for the wreck. So as the news began to spread, former teammates, celebrities, and even former President Barack Obama started to make comments on Twitter. There is Kobe with his family. And this was actually Kobe's very last tweet last night. LeBron James passed him up as the number 3 of all-time scoring in the NBA. And he said, continuing to move the game forward at King James. Much respect, my brother. He became the third. He passed Kobe Bryant as the third most scoring player in NBA history. NBPA, so the National Basketball Players Association, they issued this statement: "We are stunned and devastated by the news of the sudden passing of Kobe Bryant. Words cannot express his impact on our players, the NBA, and the game of basketball. This is a monumental loss for the entire basketball community, and our hearts are quite simply broken. We send love and prayers out to his new wife and the entire family." After that, Michael Jordan released a statement. He said, "I am in shock over the tragic news of Kobe and Gianna's passing. Words cannot describe the pain I'm feeling. I loved Kobe. He was like a little brother to me. We used to talk often, and I will miss those conversations very much. He was a fierce competitor, one of the greats of the game, and a creative force. Kobe was also an amazing dad who loved his family deeply and took great pride in his daughter's love for the game of basketball. Yvette joins me in sending my deepest condolences to Vanessa, the Lakers organization, and basketball fans around the world." The NBA, and then the commissioner from the NBA, he shared this: "For 20 seasons, Kobe showed us that what is possible when remarkable talent blends with an absolute devotion to winning. He was one of the most extraordinary players in the history of our game, with accomplishments that are legendary. 5 NBA championships, an NBA MVP award, 18 NBA All-Star selections, and 2 Olympic gold medals. But he will be remembered most for his inspiring people around the world to pick up a basketball and compete to be the very best to their ability. He was generous with the wisdom he acquired and saw it as a mission to share it with the future generations of players, taking special delight in passing down the love of the game to Gianna. We send our heartfelt condolences to his wife Vanessa and the family and the Lakers organization, entire sports world." The Archbishop of the Los Angeles area, actually, Kobe was a Catholic and was raising his son in the Catholic faith, and they said, "So very sad to hear the news of Kobe Bryant's tragic death this morning. I am praying for him and his family. May he rest in peace and may he be blessed. Mother Mary bring comfort to his loved ones." Irvin Magic Johnson, a former Laker, said, "Laker Nation, the game of basketball and our city will never be the same without Kobe. Cookie and I are praying for Vanessa, his beautiful daughters Natalia, Bianca, and Capri, as well as his parents, Joe and Pam, and his sisters. We will always be here for the Bryant family." And then Dwayne Wade, he said, "No, God, please, no." Shaquille O'Neal, his former teammate and who was there when he won the majority of his championships, said, Kobe was so much more than an athlete. He was a family man. That was what we had most in common. I would hug his children like they were my own, and they would embrace my kids like they were his. And he would embrace my kids like they were his. His baby girl, Gigi, was born the same day as my youngest daughter, Myra. Oh, that's so sad. And then he said, "There are no words to express the pain I'm going through with the tragedy of losing my niece, Gigi, and my brother, Kobe. I love you, and you will be missed. My condolences go out to the Bryant family and the families of the other passengers on board. I'm sick right now." Derek Fisher, one of his former teammates, said, "I'm struggling to process what is now a reality. Kobe's life after basketball was just beginning, and his second act was going to be even greater. His legacy, Gigi's legacy, both will live on forever." Then former President Barack Obama, he tweeted this out shortly after the news broke. "Kobe was a legend on the court and was just getting started in what would have been just as meaningful a second act. To lose Gianna is even more heartbreaking to us as parents. Michelle and I send love and prayers to Vanessa and the entire Bryant family on an unthinkable day." And then I found these, which was shared by someone on Twitter, and these were actually quotes by Kobe, and he actually had a lot of these. And I didn't know this, but Kobe actually won did you know that Kobe won an Oscar? He created a short animated feature after a poem letter that he had written, and he'd hired animators to it, and it was about his love for basketball. He won an Oscar. I had no idea. They were playing the Oscar-winning animation, and it was all about how he just loved basketball from the very first time he saw his dad's tube socks. It's a sweet mini. And then this one says, once you know what failure feels like, determination chases success. The most important thing is to try and inspire people so that they can be great in whatever they want to do. Haters are a good problem to have. Nobody hates the good ones. They hate the great ones. Kobe Bryant. And we can always kind of be average and do what's normal. I'm not in this to do what's normal. A former teammate, Pau Gasol, he said, beyond devastated, my big brother, I just can't believe it. So there was tons and tons of condolences offered throughout all of the world. It's been a very, very shocking and sad day overall. Again, the LA County Sheriff's Office has not yet confirmed anything. They said they will wait on the coroner to make identifications before they publicly announce it. When the media was pushing back and asking why they won't confirm it, when Kobe's agents and other people connected to him have said that he was on that helicopter, they sort of clapped back and said that they are handling the situation no differently than they would for any investigation. And as long as they don't have the identities confirmed by a coroner, they will not be releasing names. So don't expect anything official from LA County Sheriff's Department until the coroner confirms his identity. Though people confirmed that he was on that helicopter today, and they were on their way to landing and going to a basketball practice with his daughter. So I don't know if it was his own personal helicopter. Kobe often used helicopters to fly. It was noted that he would take helicopters to and from practices, and when he would go to the Staples Center, he was actually from his home to Staples Centers for games. It was also noted that he loved to fly, he loved to be in a helicopter. So not uncommon for him to be using it. Oh, and it was his personal helicopter. Thank you in chat for saying that. Excuse me. It was a 1991 Sikorsky S-76B owned by Kobe, says Nicole. Yes, I did leave out a lot of different people that I didn't put in there, but I didn't even see President Trump's. I simply pulled up the top people, and I was looking specifically for people that were his former teammates. And then I happened to see the Barack Obama one because someone had retweeted it, and so I picked it up. I did not see what President Trump said. There was a total of 9. So it was total of 9 on the helicopter. And his daughter Alyssa? What? Oh, college baseball coach John Altobelli, his wife Carrie, and his daughter Alyssa. They were also on the, not Kobe's daughter. I was like, what? Yes, a baseball coach John Altobello, his wife Carrie, and daughter Alyssa were also on the helicopter with Kobe, according to masslive.com. It's an ongoing story. I did see about the news person that with the word correct. She claimed I can show you what she says. I actually took a screen grab. She was caught on air with saying a word, the N word. It was pretty obvious that she says she was tongue tied and she combined 2 words together. I don't believe it. It didn't sound like she combined 2 different words together, but I'll show you what her tweet said. I did grab that. Give me a second. I have a lot of screenshots here. Okay, here it is. Allison Morris of MSNBC said earlier today while reporting on the tragic news of Kobe Bryant's passing, I unfortunately stuttered on air, combining the names of the Knicks and the Lakers to say Nakers. Please know I did not and would never use a racist term. I apologize for the confusion this caused. So that's what she says happened on air. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know anything about that. They were talking about let's not get obsessed about what somebody said on air. It's if she said it, it's terrible, but that doesn't. Let's not get that distracted from what's happening. I don't want to get sidetracked about what somebody might or might not have said on air, because that doesn't take away from what's happened. So, because then it just distracts people away from the topic. So, there has not been. Yes, we already reported that Gianna was on the plane with him, along with a former a baseball coach, his wife, and a daughter, the pilot, and I don't know who else was on there. At this point, they haven't released any. The LA County Sheriff's Office has not confirmed anybody's names. There we go. I don't know why there was so much magnesium. That was one thing the fire department said, that there was a lot of magnesium. Let me see. Helicopter gearbox casings are made of magnesium alloy, apparently. It was difficult to extinguish because of magnesium, but it says that helicopters and race gearboxes, many of which rely on magnesium alloys. So there's magnesium on the infrastructure of the helicopter, which then makes it hard to extinguish because it doesn't work with water. Exactly, Matt Todd. The metal used to it has magnesium. His family was his daughter, his 13-year-old daughter, Gianna, was on. You're welcome, Kelly. I'm trying to do this like as well as possible here without trying to distract here and grab any updated news as I can. It's obviously been a breaking story, so. Oops. Yeah, there's really, what's CBS? CBS says, the Laker former manager Jerry West said, to hear the news this morning, frankly, at first, I was shocked. I really felt like a surrogate father to him. This has been one of the most horrible days of our life. And then one of the other, so Orange Coast College baseball coach John Altobello, his wife, and his daughter Alyssa. And then his brother said, I got a text message from my older brother asking if I had heard about Kobe's chopper incident. He didn't even know that they had been on the chopper. I didn't hear anything about it. I started checking internet and everything was completely overloaded. And then he said, to look at this field and the perfect testament of my brother. This field was not in the greatest shape, and he never took over the program. When he took over the program, and it's now one of the top programs in the nation. It's a legacy that's unfortunately was cut off way too short. And then CBS LA sports director Jim Hill said that this was a normal mode of transportation. Most of the time he flew from Newport Beach We all knew that Kobe loved flying on helicopters. The cause of the crash has not been confirmed, but there is some speculation that the weather had something to do with it. The crash remains under investigation. And the mayor of Los Angeles said Kobe Bryant was a giant who inspired, amazed, and thrilled people anywhere with his incomparable skill of the court and awed us with his intellect and humility as a father, husband, creative genius, and ambassador of the game he loved. Kobe will forever be in the hearts of Los Angeles and will be remembered through the ages as one of our greatest heroes. Let's see. And then the governor of California said, "We mourn the tragic and untimely death of the California icon and basketball legend Kobe Bryant. In his 20-year career with the Los Angeles Lakers, he has made history with raw talent and unparalleled dedication that raised the bar and paved the way with a newer generation of players. Despite winning 5 NBA championships and 2 Olympic gold medals and achieving countless accolades in the athletic world, he also helped improve the lives of the youth and families through the Kobe Bryant and Vanessa Bryant Foundation and was an outspoken advocate for combating homelessness through partnerships with organizations such as My Friend's Place and Step Up on Second. Our deepest condolences go to his wife, family, colleagues, friends, and fans. He was taken too soon and he will be missed." Let's see. Obviously, I shared what Shaq said. So yeah, everyone is just reacting. It's absolutely devastating. The audio, can I replay the audio? The audio is in the first 5 minutes, so you can hear it if you rewind. Basically, the audio was they were they were trying to land and they were trying to get clearance and they were kind of like going through everything, and then all of a sudden communication just sort of cut off. Let me see. They did a 12, something about a transporter code 1200, which, what is that? Oh, it's just a code. I don't even know. It just says it's a code when nothing else. Doesn't really say what the code is. And then he stops responding. And he says, "You're too low," and then it cuts out. So this is where we're at. Let me know what your thoughts are. And I'm hoping to do a stream later that's not related to Kobe Bryant. And I will be back in a little while. If you have anything else that you would like to share and have interest, the audio came directly from someone who's a pilot who has access to this, and it was you could hear in the audio that they're talking about the helicopter. They have a special helicopter that needs to land. Obviously, if Kobe's on a flight and he's trying to land in Van Nuys, he would be a special helicopter. So the pilot picked it up from the airwaves, which they have access to. So there you go. And if you have any questions, concerns, thoughts, let me know in the comments below. Bye, guys.